Hi YouTubers, it's Smokesy. Sorry again for the next video today. The house of keeping is a big ass cigar, Flor-de-Lidia cigar, and drinking not Corona, but I'm drinking some wine, some red wine. It's 24 years old. I want to make a video right now on something a little bit different. Now, I know a lot of you guys are probably anxious about the fact video, the upcoming bulk pet record reviews, but I want to make a video on something a little bit different. This is actually a health-related subject, and hopefully this video won't be like 10 minutes long, it'll be like 5 minutes long. I want to make a video on a health-related subject that I've been kind of thinking about in my head. I haven't had a health-related subject in a long time, so I thought I would do one. It's about time I do another health-related topic again. I know a lot of my viewers, subscribers don't like health-related topics, but I wanted to do one right now. Okay, so I think how I start off by saying I think most people can agree, most rational people can agree, that cigar and pipe smoking is probably a lot, not better for you, but it's probably, car going by, it's probably a lot less risky than cigarette smoking. So a lot of people can agree that smoking cigars in moderation or pipes in moderation is probably a lot better for you than smoking a pack a day of cigarettes. So that being said, I think most people do agree, and most pipe and cigar smokers agree that pipe and cigar smoking is not healthy. It's not healthy by any means. There's definitely risks involved, but compared to smoking a pack a day of cigarettes, pack and a half a day of cigarettes, it's probably not nearly as bad for you. Because number one, you're not actually inhaling the smoke. The tobacco is more natural, doesn't have like, the chemicals, the preservatives, the pesticides that the cigarette tobacco has, and also you're smoking a lot less. That being said, the way I want to phrase this is, when you tell somebody about your pipe and cigar smoking habit, hobby, whatever you want to call it, addiction, I don't think most people call it addiction, because it's really not an addiction. It's more of a habit slash hobby. It's kind of like a social, it can be social, it can also be kind of like a daily habit slash hobby, but I think very few people would call it like an addiction. It's not like you're compelled to do it. I mean, I look forward to smoking. I look forward to smoking every single day. I look forward to my pipe in the morning with my cup of coffee. I look forward to my big-ass cigar with my glass of wine or drink, adult beverage in the evenings. So, what I'm trying to get across is, I guess you would phrase it as, what is really the only major concern with the pipe and cigar smoking? So, now, some people may say, some, anti-tobacco zealots, fanatics may say, well, you're smoking the equivalent of 30 cigarettes, you're putting yourself at like 10 times higher risk for lung cancer or heart disease, emphysema, whatever. That's really not the case because, let me just touch up the cigar, because you're never really directly inhaling the smoke, you're just puffing on the smoke. It's really just like sipping a drink. It's no different than really taking a glass of wine. It's even less than that because you're not even swallowing it. Yeah, some of the smoke might go into your throat, but the majority of the smoke is going to your mouth, in your oral cavity, in your oral pharynx, which is the back of your mouth. So, contrary to popular belief, that it's 10 times as bad for you, people say like, well, you're putting yourself at risk for, whatever, yeah. It's like, not really, no. What is really the only concern with it, from a major health concern thing? Again, I've said this in the past, and I'll say it again, I made a video about this a couple years ago, is really the only thing people really worry about, rational people. I'm talking about rational people who have done the research online regarding pipe and cigar smoking. Not the people who are listening to the BS and the politics. I'm not going to get into politics, but not the people who are buying into the whatever, it's like 10 times as bad for you. Not that. I'm talking about rational people who have actually sat down on the computer instead of listening to BS on TV, BS smoking ads, BS this and that. People who've actually done the actual research on pipe and cigar smoking say, wow, there's a lot of people who smoke pipes and cigars who live to be 100 years old, 90 years old on average, and have virtually little to no health problems and aren't buying into this, I don't want to say government bullcrap, but I do want to say there's a lot of people out there who just believe anything they hear. Literally, they'll watch a ad on smoking or whatever and say, you know, well, that must be true for all tobacco products. All tobacco products are equally evil. It's unbelievable how many people will buy into anything they hear on TV. That's not what this video is about. What this video is about is when you talk to a rational person who's actually done research on pipe and cigar smoking, who actually knows people who smoke pipes and cigars, knows they're not addicted, knows that they don't smoke cigarettes, they don't chew on top of it, they don't drink, you know, a case of beer every day. They're not this stereotypical 60, 70-year-old guy who is chugging beer all day and smoking 3 packs of cigarettes. So we're talking about rational people here. We're talking about people who are rational, who have done the research on pipe and cigar smoking. What is really the only concern? Again, like I've said in the past, this is what I've alluded to in the past. Really, the only concern, it's not like, you know, they're concerned that a pipe and cigar smoker like myself is going to be 30 years old and have a heart attack. No. Because unless you're smoking like 10 cigars a day, 20 cigars, like Sigmund Freud, or you're, you know, insanely overweight, you know, you're like 100 pounds overweight, that's really not rational. Yeah, some anti-tobacco zealots may say, you know, well, that's inevitable because you're putting any amount of smoke in your body, whatever, you're even 10 pounds overweight, whatever. So, but we're talking about rational people here. Again, really the only concern with pipe and cigar smoking is that at some point in your life, not 1 year after you start pipe and cigar smoking, don't be a smartass. Not even 5 years. Not even 10 years. Not even really even 15, 20 years. The concern with pipe and cigar smoking from a rational standpoint of view, this is what this video is about. This video is almost 8 minutes, so I don't want to make this video too long. I've already made this video pretty long. The concern with pipe and cigar smoking, the fact that you're taking a pipe or a cigar and going, you're taking smoke in your mouth, blowing out, exhaling through your nose, and maybe drinking an adult beverage with it, beer, wine, hard liquor, whatever. The concern really is, after many, 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 many years of pipe and cigar smoking, you could potentially develop some kind of precancerous or cancerous lesion in your mouth or your throat. That's really the only concern from a major health standpoint. Yeah, it's probably not great for your mouth, it's not probably not great for your gums, your teeth, whatever. I'm sure there are people who have been smoking pipes and cigars for 20 years, and their teeth are moderately stained because they have been holding a pipe like this. Well, this is a cigar, but holding a pipe in their mouth for 20 years in the right side of their mouth, and it's stained their teeth, maybe caused a little bit of gum recession, maybe caused a little bit of dental issues, whatever. Really, like I said before, the only really major concern is yeah, I mean, it may not be pleasant to have a little bit of staining in the corner of your mouth, from usually on the back side of your teeth, not the front side of your teeth. Usually on the back side of your teeth. From pipe smoking. Cigar smoking can be both, but the concern really, but that's not going to hurt you. I mean, yeah, it may not be super attractive to look at a little bit of staining in the front of your teeth. Like, I have a tiny bit of staining. Very small amount of staining from pipe smoking and cigar smoking, and mainly it's in the corners of my mouth from holding the pipe in my mouth and this side of my mouth for a long time. Very minor staining, but it's not going to hurt you. The concern from something that's actually going to hurt you, something that could affect your overall health and actually potentially kill you, is over 40, 50, 60, 70 years. You could develop some kind of precancerous or cancerous lesion in your mouth or your throat. Again, that's really what the rational people think about when they think about pipe and cigar smoking. Not so much that you're going to have a heart attack at 30 years old, or you're going to be one of those poor cigarette smokers who's going to die at 50 years old from lung cancer. Really, the concern is, well, I hope my boyfriend, friend, girlfriend, friend, whatever, is not 75, 80, 90 years old and finds a precancerous or cancerous lesion in their mouth. That's really the only major concern. Other than that, pipe and cigar smokers don't face a lot of health problems. They don't face a lot of the typical respiratory issues, cardiovascular issues. They don't really face the heart attacks, strokes, emphysema, that kind of stuff. So, again, like I've said before, this video is 11 minutes. I don't want to make this video any longer. The only real concern is some type of lesion in your mouth or your throat. Anyway, comment or race to share your thoughts. How concerned are you about that? If you've been smoking for a long time, do you think your friends are concerned about this? Anyway, bye.